2025 PreCure is starting with 5 cures. Hello everyone, it's Leo and it's that time of the year. Some merch listings for the next season of PreCure have already started popping up on the internet, and with that, we are going to start theorizing. So if you are new to this era of PreCure, here at Magical Cinnamon, we like checking out listings to try to guess how many members we're gonna have in the next season and all that. And some important things for us to remember. I am using a beautiful artwork to illustrate this video. This is called Galaxy Stars PreCure, and this is a team by Winglight, who is an amazing artist. Those are not the cures from 2025 PreCure at all. They're just pretty. I just love them so much, so that's why I'm using them here. They're just fan creations of a very talented artist. And the next PreCure season will probably get trademarked, or actually the trademark will be public for us at the end of November. And in the last week of November, we have the website of the 2025 PreCure, and we will see the logo officially, and it will be with us. But as I said, we like checking out merch listings so we can start analyzing things about the next season. Everything I'm gonna say here in this video is a theory based on the listings that we are going to see. Okay, so for us to start, let's start with the first merch that was listed for next year's PreCure. I don't have the listing here with me, but the first merch that was listed was actually a package of masks with the next PreCure theme. We don't have any images, but we already know that it's going to be a package of masks for children featuring the next season cures. We here have an image of the wonderful PreCure box of masks. So just to illustrate, this is something that we are going to see next year because this is already listed. But this week, a new interesting listing has popped up in 2 different websites. This is a set of 5 pieces. This is a Gashapon listing. And in here we can see a little better. Bandai Gashapon, Wonderful PreCure new set of 5. They're just using Wonderful PreCure as the title. It is just a placeholder name. They cannot share the name of the next season yet. It hasn't been announced. So what we see here is just the name Wonderful. The first Gashapon set of the next season is a set of 5. And this is relevant because I think we can start talking about stuff already about the next season just based on the number of items in this Gashapon set. As we can see, those two websites are already listing it for 2025. This website here is putting up the release date as January 31st, and this one is saying it's probably getting released February 15 to 28. Usually the Gashapons get released February 28, around like the end of February, and maybe this one does not have the right date, or maybe they're 2 different sets. We don't really know. But as I said, we are having a set of 5. Does this mean we're getting 5 cures? As you can see in this picture right here from Wonderful, not necessarily. This is one of the Gashapon lineups for Wonderful PreCure. This was one of the first ones that was released. And in here we have a set of 5. We have Cure Wonderful, Cure Friendly, Komugi Iroha, and Komugi again, the dog version. So for this new season, we can have a set of 5 cures, because sometimes we have listings of Gashapon that only feature the cures and not really the human forms. Look at this one from Hugto, for example. This one featured 4 different clock sets and 4 different bracelet sets. This means that we had 3 cures plus 1, meaning that we had a group 1, so we had 4. having 3 cures and 1 group image. The bracelets, the same thing. So we can have, for example, a starting group of 4 cures with this new Gashapon set, and we have 1 for each of the cures, and the last one is an image of the 4 of them together. This has also happened in Star Twinkle, for example. Some Star Twinkle sets have featured all of the cures. This one is not very good to use here because it's a set that already had Cure Cosmo. But we can have this kind of thing. We can have the 4 cures and 1 group image. Or we might not have anything from the group and only have 5 cures. You know, it always depends on the type of Gashapon we are having. This is another line of Gashapon from Wonderful, for example. And in here, we did not even have Cure Wonderful. We just had 2 Komugis, Iroha, and Cure Friendly. So this is obviously going to depend on what is inside this Gashapon line. It's interesting to think about the possibilities because Wonderful has been very different season when it comes to the lineup, because Wonderful brought 3 different versions of the same character, who is Komugi, and if we think about it, Yuki as well. We have Komugi, Dog Komugi, and Cure Wonderful. We have Yuki, Cat Yuki, and Cure Nyami, for example. And this is something that we are not able to look at a lineup and say, well, we have 5. So this means we have 3 cures and 2 mascots, for example, or 4 cures and a group image. In Wonderful, we can't really use this because there's like more than 2 versions of the same character. And also it's very rare, but it's not impossible, as we see here, to have civilian forms in the first batch of Gashapons for a season. But that might happen. And one of the things that is going on in PreCure recently is the fact that we might have the full team right in our face, but this team is divided. So, for example, let's just say that we have the website opening for the next season and we have 5 cures. And it does not mean those 5 cures are already going to appear at the start. Wonderful PreCure had 4 cures in the announcement, and that was the full team. We just had Nyami and Lillian coming in later, and they were not in the first lineup of merchandise, but they were in the announcement. They did not used to do it in PreCure before Hirogaru Sky, unless they already had the full season at the start, which was very rare, like Smile PreCure or Happiness Charge, for example, that we would already see all the complete team, even if they were not a team in Happiness Charge. But still, we already saw the 4 main cures in the first visual, or the 5 main cures in the first visual of Smile. And now, with Wonderful, we also saw the 4 main cures in the first visuals too. So it's very up in the air for PreCure nowadays. Another thing is about the Wonderful PreCure movie. Here in the channel, we talked about the Wonderful PreCure movie a lot. We shared news, and we also shared an interview with Miluda, who went to see the movie. Miluda went to see the first screening of this movie. Like, it's very posh, right? You get to see the first one, like, bam. But in this first showcase of the movie, they did not have an announcement for 2025 PreCure movie. So again, if you're new here, what happens is that when you go to the movies to watch a PreCure movie, at the end of the movie, they announce the next movie. So in 2024, after the movie, they announce the 2025 movie, for example. They don't say much. They don't say the date, they don't say the theme, they don't say anything. They just showcase a screen saying that the next PreCure movie is going to happen next year, for example. And that did not happen in the first screening of Wonderful PreCure the movie, but it was present in other screenings of the Wonderful PreCure movie. So yes, 2025 will feature a PreCure movie. And in those screenings, we had some interesting things. One of them is the fact that we had a lot of hearts, which is, well, very staple for PreCure. But we also had rainbows. which is kind of staple too. Like rainbows are something that are used like in girly scenarios a lot, so it's very easily understandable for us to have lots of rainbows on screen. And then we had lots of preeminent colors in those visuals as well. And some of the people that saw this screen of 2025 PreCure have said that we have 5 proeminent colors. And they have said that green is one of them. There's a lot of green in this announcement too. This makes me very excited. If we have another green cure just after Cured Lillian, I'm gonna freak out a little bit. But it's interesting listening to this after also seeing that we are having listings of Gashapon that will have 5 sets. You know, so if we have 5 preeminent colors in hearts in the 2025 PreCure movie announcement and 5 Gashapon sets, I feel like if you are someone who is believing or rooting for us to have 5 cures next year, the starting lineup, I feel like this theory can get stronger just by this idea. I like it. I like this idea. It's been a while since we had 5 cures at the start. For the way that they're working with the seasons lately with the additions, I find it kind of unlikely, but I feel like what PreCure has been doing lately is to give us the unexpected. We can definitely expect the unexpected year after year. After Hirogaru and Wonderful, both seasons that broke a lot of the mode of what PreCure used to be in terms of dates and announcements and the way they showcase the season, I feel like 2025 can also bring some freshness. They can also break the mold. They can also bring something that will surprise us. I don't know what this surprise can be, but I feel like, as I said, we can expect the unexpected. I feel excited, and I feel also what's the word, cautious, because we are today. I'm recording this video. It's October 12th. Usually we have the website November 26 to 28, so it's more than a month and a half for the name of the next season. The announcement of the cures and the visuals, it's only going to happen what usually happens January 6th of the next year. So we're far away. Even though time goes by very fast. I'm sorry, Madonna, time goes by so slowly sometimes. But time goes by very fast as well. So I think we're getting there very fast, but we need to be a little cautious and not be overly excited about the next season because we're kind of far away still. And there's a lot of things to happen in the amazing, wonderful PreCure. I feel like it's going to be a season that is going to be very hard to say goodbye. It's going to be a season that is like always keeping us on our toes. This is a season that is very, very exciting. So, you know, we are going to have to be a little cautious. I feel like theorizing is cool. Theorizing makes things very exciting, but with caution and with patience, because it's going to take a little while. Anyways, babies, this is it for now. I want to take this little time to thank Winglight for gracing us with gorgeous artworks for such beautiful cures, and I always use them year after year to illustrate the new era that is coming. So expect to see a lot of Winglight cures in the next few videos of 2025 PreCure, because we know absolutely nothing that is coming in the next season. We know nothing about colors or themes or anything. So let's just be on our toes. And if we get something new related to new listings, we can be sure to update you in a video here at Magical Cinnamon. Anyways, babies, this is it for now. I want to take this little time to thank the Magical Cinnamon production team for this content, and also the members. If you're a member here on YouTube, if you're a member on Patreon, if you support me on Throne, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. And if you've watched up until now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.